Dreaming of college but haven't yet completed your GED? There is hope, and help is only a phone call away. And free tax preparation is taking to the road. Find out how to sign up. Human Services Forum begins now. Hi, I'm Jan Callahan. Welcome to the Forum. For a person who hasn't finished high school, GED or General Education Development Certification can be the first step toward a better paying job and greater self-respect. And for those who started but didn't complete their GED, don't give up. Why? Because Marlon Pierce, GED Transition Specialist, says so. And Marlon, thank you for joining us. You've been with us from time to time over the past few years, and as a GED Transition Specialist, that program can do wonders for people who feel like they're discouraged or they really don't know what to do because they've tried, and I don't want to say the word FAIL, but they have tried and haven't succeeded. But there is a chance.
That is correct. With the Southeastern Virginia GED program, our goal is to bring our adults, as you stated, who haven't completed the process of earning their GED back into the classroom setting and mentoring them along the process of earning their GED and then furthering that experience on to college, which is post-secondary education.
Okay, so college, for some people, may seem like some far-off dream or not even something they'd consider. I've actually spoken to people who couldn't have imagined going to college, but they are, and it's pretty amazing, the journey they can take, but you got to start somewhere. So the GED first is that General Education Development Certification, which really takes the place of or is equivalent to a high school diploma?
Exactly.
Okay, so a lot of people who do not finish high school, do not graduate, can get into this program, and that's available. Look, the courses and the testing for the GED in general is available pretty much everywhere around this area.
Exactly. We have city programs in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, and Portsmouth. To enter the classes is not hard. You take a locator assessment. That will determine your education level. That allows us to determine where we need to start. You don't want to start too low or start too high, and then you don't have the opportunity to succeed in earning your GED. And then there's some other assessments that will help us build an action plan for you to successfully go through the program and earn your GED.
Okay, so there is encouragement along the way, but life can get in the way too, I know, for people who are aspiring to that, but they don't get there.
Exactly. You know, a lot of times we look at personal situations, and those are things that prevented us from earning our GED and moving further. We want to provide the in-between, the mentoring and the counseling. We want to step back and look at where we want to go from here in 3 years and 5 years. And the first item of business is to earn your GED. You'll have options of education. It could be a certificate program. It doesn't have to be college. But then we want to make sure you have enough tools that you can now apply for those great jobs, you know, the jobs that are going to help you make ends meet. And then you'll start building your future from there. You can take control.
And the GED is one way to do it. And for people who did not perhaps pass the examination, doesn't mean they can't try again.
No, it doesn't. We definitely want them to come back into the classroom so we can retool them. It could be in math. You know, math is not always an easy subject. Even when you go to college, you find yourself maybe taking that math class again. Well, that's not such a bad thing, because we want you to be well developed in math, you know, as part of your curriculum. So we do want you to come back. There are so many options we have in the classroom, and we have wonderful instructors that will help our adults do that.
Okay, so you have a good group of people who are enthusiastic about what they're doing, and you're actively recruiting people to come in and do this type of work, I would imagine.
That is correct. My audience is about 4,638 adults who are within our communities of Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach. That audience has taken parts of the test, or they've taken the test and may not have earned enough points, because of course you need 2250 need to be able to pass the GED test. So that's my audience at this time, and we try outreach opportunities. We send mail outs to that audience. We call them. We try every method possible to let them know that this program is here for you, and we want you to succeed.
What is the cost for them?
For the program, it's free. This is provided by the Department of Education as well as the Virginia Community College System.
Okay.
So they don't have to pay for our services.
All right. That's one less barrier they have to
Exactly.
jump over or get through. So getting into the program is one thing. You have this team of people that really help, and it's intensive, I would imagine, type of encouragement and mentoring too.
It's intensive, but you have to look at a person on a case-by-case basis. We are great encouragers. That's what we have to be. We have to be a support to our community. So when we have our personal counseling sessions, we find out what will meet the need of that individual and what will help them, what will encourage them. So we use every tool necessary to make sure that we're not only there at the beginning of the cycle, that we even mentor them through the process of education.
And the responses that you're getting, certainly you meet these people.
Great response.
Yeah.
People are looking for help. They just don't know where to go get it. So we have to provide that for them in whatever means necessary.
Okay. And this is one way to get the word out.
Absolutely.
People who have been sitting there and going, what should I do next? This is one of those things you can do, and we've put a couple of numbers on the screen, and we'll continue to do so. One for the GED program, for instructions and testing, and also for the transition program. And hope that you'll call. And a website as well. So, and it's a local number. That's even better. The GED itself is a great program. It can take people a lot farther than they perhaps thought they could. Taking it a step farther and getting into college is certainly something that you don't necessarily connect the two with, but it's happening. And you have just recently gotten some information about just where you are in that. How many of these people are getting their GEDs and then getting enrolled?
Great question. I have a wonderful answer for you.
Oh, good.
Last year we were very successful. Our goal was enrolling 103 adults into post-secondary education. Well, we kind of suppressed that goal with 105. Okay. This year we're looking to enroll 139. So far we've enrolled 53. While that may seem like it's a small number to the community, it's big for us. These are the folks that will be working alongside of us in the near future. So we do want them to increase their education and their value, personal value. We're excited about that. And hopefully we'll suppress the 139 as well.
All right. Well, it sounds to me like you're on the right road to getting there. The GED itself has been pretty standard for that test, and instruction has been unchanged for quite some time, but that is about to change in and of itself. So you've got to tune into this, because this is important information about people who are working toward that or thinking about it or are halfway through and decided, well, I have time.
Correct. Our last test change was 2002, and we have been informed that our next test change will be in 2014.
That's only 2 years away.
It's only 2 years away. While it may seem like a long time, we learn on different levels. So we want our adults to come in immediately so that we can provide the education they need and the instruction so that they're ready, because if they haven't taken the tests currently and they haven't been successful in passing it, they will lose those points, unfortunately, because you can't go on old test value.
Okay. So if you're part of the way there, come back.
Yes, immediately.
All right. And you can call Ms. Pierce here and certainly go online, find out more about transitioning, not only from the GED into the workplace or into college and then on to the workplace or more college, but also just to find out what you need to do in order to get those, make sure the points that you've already acquired are still good.
Yes.
Because that's all going to change in 2 years. And that's a lot of work for you, too.
It's a lot of work, but we're ready for it. We're ready for the challenge, and we're here to help.
Well, great. And it's nice to know that we've got people like Marilyn, and you have two other transition specialists in the state of Virginia who are also providing the same kind of service, just in different parts. Northern Virginia, I believe, and
Yes.
in Martinsville area.
Yes.
So, but we have our own right here in Hampton Roads, and she is working tirelessly to make sure that everybody gets the chance they need. And it's just as easy as picking up the phone and calling. The number on your screen, I sound like a telephone. But it doesn't cost you anything. For the GED itself, you can call a toll-free number, that's an 877 number, or you can call Marilyn about the transition program if you've already started and have been tinkering around with the idea of finishing, and now I think you have some incentive. And so you can call her at 482-5860. And yourged.org can also give you some information. Anything else you need to add? Because I know we have covered a lot of territory. And
we have. No, we just want the community to know that we are here for them. And that's a sincere statement that we're making. If you can't find a way to earn your GED, you don't know where to go, please give me a call and leave a message. Don't just call. Leave a message. We want to know. We want to know what you need. We want to hear from you.
Okay. And she is not, I did not prompt her to say this. This is coming from the heart, and she really means it. So give her a call and find out what you can do with your future, because it's out there. You just maybe need a little help in finding out exactly what that is. Thank you, Marilyn,
You're
for coming
welcome.
on. Again, we always love having you. And
Thank
your
you.
information is uplifting, and it's good news.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, keep your hands off that remote. Find out where qualified taxpayers can have their federal and state returns prepared at no cost. No kidding. Roving tax assistance when we return.
Have you heard? The U.S. Treasury is phasing out paper checks for Social Security, VA, and other federal benefit payments and going electronic. If you currently receive federal benefits by paper check, you will need to switch to direct deposit or to the Treasury recommended Direct Express Debit MasterCard. If you plan to apply for federal benefits soon, you'll want to decide which electronic payment option is right for you. Visit godirect.org to learn more or to make the switch today.
Here's a tip from the IRS. Hi, I'm Hector, and I work for the Internal Revenue Service. So what if you have to file your tax return, but you still have not received your W-2? Employers should send this to you by January 31st. Give it 2 weeks to arrive in the mail. But if you don't get it by February 14th, the first thing you should do is contact your employer. If you've moved, make sure they have your current address. Now, if you do that and you still don't get your W-2, then call us at 1-800-TAX-1040. That's 1-800-829-1040. We'll send a letter to your employer on your behalf. Just give us your name, address, phone number, Social Security number, and the name and address of your employer and when you work there. In the meantime, remember that you must file on time even if you don't receive your W-2. You can use Form 4852 as a substitute for your W-2. Just list your estimated wages and withholding on Form 4852 and attach it to your tax return. You can use a pay stub or similar statement to help you estimate the amounts. Then make sure you file your tax return on time. If later on you should receive your W-2 and discover you have to correct your tax return, just fill out Form 1040X to amend your return. Learn more at irs.gov.
Tax filing season is officially underway, and if you worked in 2011 and earned less than $50,000, free tax filing assistance is available this year in more locations than ever before. Patricia Nesbitt and Willard Pretlow with the United Way are helping to make that happen. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Janet. How you doing?
Willard, very great. I'm doing great, and we've got a lot of activity going on with the Southampton Roads Earned Income Tax Credit Coalition and the United Way of Southampton Roads working together to not only get the grants to make things move forward,
yes.
but also to make sure that people who really can't spend $200–300 to have their taxes prepared can get them done, and maybe even find out that they get a federal tax credit to boot. So that's why you're here. And Patricia, you are working with the actual EITC volunteers, tax preparation volunteers, is that right?
Yes, I am. I'm currently beginning January, well, actually January 17th through April. I will be housed at the Norfolk Workforce Development Center in Norfolk, and I, along with certified volunteers, we will be there from about 9:30 each day, Monday through Friday, to assist taxpayers in preparing their taxes, and as you said, hopefully receive federal refunds.
Yes, and larger ones than they may anticipate.
Absolutely.
That's always the nice thing about, I mean, that's the good feeling, I guess, the feel-good aspect of being a volunteer. Or working within a group that provides these services. A lot of people want them.
Absolutely. What I like most about it, it's free of charge. So the taxpayers can go and get their refunds or prepared, but free of charge at no cost to them.
Prepared and filed, which is, of course, the electronic filing is now pretty much standard.
Absolutely.
Even a few years ago, you were still doing paper returns, and still will on occasion, but rarely. So not just anybody can waltz in and get their taxes done. I imagine that there's their income limits and certain things.
Jan, indeed, we're particularly focusing or assisting those taxpayers who have made $50,000 or less in income, and particularly individuals who are not necessarily aware that they may qualify for certain earned income credits. I learned of grandparents and those with children, dependent children. So again, we're there to assist those who may not be as informed to the refunds and the assistance that's available to them.
Eligibility might include the age, because there is an age range, the earned monthly gross income, the number of qualifying children, and the more children, perhaps the larger the refund, which can go up as to what,
up to $5,700.
Yes.
And of course, assets figure in too. I mean, if you own three vacation homes, you know, in different parts of the world, you might not qualify for this. This is really for hardworking, moderate income, low income individuals and families.
That's right.
Yeah, which is a great service.
And I'm finding that that is expanding because of the economy, and we may have figured it would be this person or that person, but today we're finding that there's so many individuals who qualify, and we want to make certain that they're aware of that.
Okay, and you're doing that not only with sites like the Workforce Development Center in Norfolk, which is what one would consider a fixed site, and it's a large one. We get a lot of people going through there, but there are other volunteer income tax assistance or VITA sites throughout Southampton Roads, about a dozen of them that will be opening between now and the beginning of February, and staying open for the most part through the 17th of April. The deadline's the 17th this year. So it's nice to know that there are places you can go. Some are appointment only, some are walk-ins, and we have you know, phone numbers and websites that you can check for schedules. Also up on the screen we have an EITC Day, which is happening on the 27th of January, not only in Norfolk at the Workforce Development Center, but also in Virginia Beach, at the Department of Human Services on Virginia Beach Boulevard. And it'll be from 9 until 2, and people can come in there and get their taxes done for free, and maybe take advantage of some other services and information resources that are taking place. But back to the sites itself, the Workforce Development Center being a large one in Norfolk, I think we have 4 fixed sites, but we also have, to accommodate all of this growing population, people who need it, are sites that actually move to places that they may be needed most. So, Willard, you're involved in this, coordinating a monumental effort to pull volunteers together to go where the need is. And this is a little different. This is a departure from you come to us.
What the IRS has allowed us to do is to purchase some laptops and printers that we can take to various sites throughout the Hampton Roads community and get the taxes done on site for them by schedule. We go to Chesapeake, we go to Suffolk, we go to Isle of Wight, we go many different places that historically did not have the services provided for them. So we now have a roving opportunity to visit them on scheduled days, and then that way they can get their taxes done the exact same way they would have to go to the Workforce Development Center, but we go to them and do the exact same services, free of charge.
Yep, free of charge once again. So in some instances, I understand that employers have taken this on, which isn't necessarily the general public walking in.
Right.
But which is great for the employers, because there are employees who would qualify.
Yes.
So there may be some that have decided this will be a great way for them to be able to get their taxes done and not have to leave work or take time off. Maybe they can't make it during the day to a site because the hours don't jive with their schedules, which is the other thing that's nice about the roving sites, that you're not just doing daytime hours.
No, we have to be cognizant of the workers' hours themselves, because many workers work the night shift. So if they're working the night shift, then they cannot get the taxes done after work because they're at work.
That's right.
So now we have to be aware that they will be the ones who need either someone to go to their workforce place where they work, or they come to some place during the daytime and trying to go to get your taxes done in the daytime when it's time for you to go to sleep now. So now their biological clock is upside down. So we find it to be much more easy to go to where they are and to have their taxes done there while they're there, and their supervisors give them slotted times to, okay, this group can go, now this group can grow. So it makes it easier for everyone all the way around.
Plus, the people that actually qualify may find out that they do because they didn't know.
Yes.
Maybe they've done it before, they've done their own taxes, but this is an opportunity to find out maybe if there's more. And it's not just for 1 month only, it's for the entire tax season.
For the entire tax season, yes.
And then those taxes are filed by the preparers. And the returns are sent to the IRS, and everything goes just like anybody else who would send their tax returns to the IRS. It's all electronically done now, for the most part. One of the important points to make here is, what tax years are we talking about for these returns? Because we have lots of people who haven't filed their taxes, or they need an amended return from 2005. Do we do that?
No, we are concentrating on tax year 2011 because we want to make sure the current tax filing season is done. And for those who need additional years done, like 2009, 2010, then they have to go to a professional tax preparer who have those types of software readily available. We only have the current year available.
Okay, and that, yes, the software is an important part of it, and we don't have everything, or
that's right.
we wouldn't be free, I guess. But on the other hand, what we do have, we know how to use.
Absolutely. And the tax preparers are certified. So they're competent and certified in tax law, and IRS makes certain that we stay within regulation and guidelines.
Yeah, and there's a good group of people that have come in this year. Many of them are related to accounting in many ways.
Many CPAs have volunteered.
CPAs, accounting students, graduate students, and the like. So, these people have to be interested in doing this. It's not for the money, it's for your money. And that's the big difference. And, it is a community service that people really like and have learned to expect in the area. So when does this all start? Is it already in
Well, the
motion?
official filing day began yesterday.
Which today happens to be the 18th.
It's the
Although when
January
you
the
watch this, it'll be a
17th,
little later. So it's already underway.
Already underway, yes.
But not every site is open
Not every
at
site
the
is
same
open
time.
at the same time, but the official day that IRS would accept returns was January the 17th. And depending on when the employers have their W-2s ready for the employees, that determines when that individual can come get their taxes done. But they have to bring their W-2s and all the other pertinent information to get their taxes
What
done.
about Social Security numbers for children? This is something always been kind of a sticking point. You have to bring the cards.
Yes, have to bring positive
Not a copy of it,
identification.
but
No.
the actual cards.
Actual cards, positive identification of the person you want to be claiming as a dependent.
Okay, and that's just one of those things that will send somebody out to go get if you haven't brought it with you. So there is a list of the items that you need to bring.
Yes.
On the website, the United Way, which is the UnitedWaySHR.org, or on the Southampton Roads EITC Coalition website at shreitc.com. And you'll find a listing of sites as well. And we'll have roving I don't know why that sounds like, you know, we have troubadours, and then we have, and then we have our fixed
Yeah.
sites. And those times may change, so it's always good
Yes.
to look, because boy, this is like herding cats, isn't it? Trying to coordinate all these people and places, and there's a great demand.
Great demand.
High demand. We have many employers who are requesting the services. It's a partnership. Many of them have contributed to United Way.
Yeah.
So it's a give back to the employers by preparing the taxes in their location. But because of our manpower, we do not have enough volunteers to go around to everyone. So we had to restrict it just a bit. Grudgingly, we didn't want to, but we had to. But if we have more volunteers, we can expand the window.
That's right. Well, and again, this is, I think, the second year it's actually happened that you've offered it, and the first year was really just the very, very beginning.
Yes.
So it has expanded tremendously.
Yes.
I think things have changed a lot, and next year I think will probably bring even more interest as the word gets around, not only for the people who benefit from the tax service, but those who provide the service to the
Yes.
community.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think particularly in the student population, and even among the professionals, this is it's a great opportunity to let people know that, you know, they do more than charge an hourly fee for it.
It's another
That's
form
right.
of philanthropy.
Yeah.
If you can't give money, give you time.
That's right. And time is valuable.
Absolutely,
Yes.
very valuable.
I know.
Very valuable.
And as far as the time you two are involved with, this has been a very, very complex coordination effort.
Oh, big time, big
yes,
time.
it has.
And I know
Especially from the training aspect of
yes, that's
Yes.
very involved.
Indeed.
And it's important that people get it right.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise they don't become
They don't
credentialed
become
volunteers.
certified.
That's right.
And then you don't get your volunteers
right.
to
No.
prepare.
That's
so.
right. And I'm so, in particular, I appreciate, again, the regulations, IRS. So we have to be certified in tax law. So we're not just opinionated or do what we want to do, but there are guidelines and regulations to ensure that we're doing what's best for the taxpayer.
Good point, Patricia, that yes, you have to kind of go with what is established as law, and that is the way it's done.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or not,
Yes.
as a taxpayer, you know, there you can be rest assured that they're going to do it the right way, and they're doing it for you.
Yes.
Thank you for being
Thank you.
My pleasure.
the people you are, and helping get all these volunteers together to help give back to the community.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
All right, have a
Thank
good
you.
tax season.
Thank you.
you.
And we'll see you again next time. Happy taxes.